Okay, so today Anna is going to learn something about my job. And let's think. So I can put maybe resource and capacity management project. One part of this is the named resourcing workstream. Named resourcing. And Ala will interview Nicholas. He is collaborating with RMG. Then let's see what he learns. What he can learn in addition. Affiliate resource model. What he learns there? Who are our contact persons? There is Druber, so he can ask Druber about affiliate resource model and about the future. So let's see how Ala learns about my job.
So what are the advantages of this new approach?
So for me as a project manager, but certainly also for the overall PDS portfolio management, it is definitely a better planning visibility of resources across the whole organization.
Okay, thank you. So now the final question, what can RMG do better to support you?
It's a good question. So I think to build on this, and also from discussions what Beata and I had, I think it's definitely to consolidate information. So currently project managers fill monthly reports for a certain audience and stakeholder group, and we also need to inform RMG about the capacity allocation of our resources. So I think a single source of truth of all this data would be really beneficial. So Beata and I were discussing a tool, and I think this would really be a significant change for the better for the overall organization.
Okay, so you're somehow proposing like a tool or platform where all the information
yes, so that all the projects would enter their information in a tool, and this would then be distributed to the appropriate audience.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Nicholas, for your time, and yeah, looking forward to collaborate with you in the future.
Thank you. Yes, likewise.
What can I show to Beata about my work? Maybe something about the risk management process. Because this is a new process that was rolled out this year, and we work with different colleagues, including Sandra Verboven, on implementing this. So maybe we can go to Sandra. Maybe something about business continuity planning, BCP. And of course, something about innovation. So Basel Innovation Group, we can maybe interview Stephanie and Felix.
Thank you for your time. I wanted to learn something about Alan's job, and I understand that this week you had some workshop on risk management. Could you tell me more how you worked with Alan on this workshop?
Yeah, so it actually all started, I think in June. We were contacted by Alain and Peggy, who is his partner in crime and risk management in PDQ. And where all the GPOs were invited to share what are known risks to the processes that we're aware about. And so I thought, well, you know, that's a great opportunity, because I've been living with this idea of there is a risk out there and trying to see how we could mitigate that. But because it's quite cross-functional and goes beyond PD, pharma even, you know, I saw a great opportunity in this corporate risk assessment activity to really, you know, put this on the map and on the table again. So So it all started there in June, and then basically we were invited to a workshop to do a bit of a deep dive exercise on certain example risks. And eventually the risk that I had introduced was confirmed as a high risk and has been embedded in the current existing risk already.
Wow, great.
So that was a nice achievement. It was the process, you know, it was a bit of a learning experience because it was not all optimal. It was very intense because we had little time, but I think it was definitely worth the effort to take the time for it and to prioritize that activity. And what we then did as a follow-up with Alain is really in order for us to present to the MCOC, because this risk that we had on the table is with regards to the lack of a contract management framework, has been presented previously to the MCOC, and the team has been asked to do kind of an analysis on how big is this risk and so forth. So everything really came in nicely.
Oh, wow.
And so Alain has now been also supporting us getting a further deep dive on the risk with all the information that we've gathered throughout the year from lots of different interviews with stakeholders who are somehow engaged in contract management. And all this material facilitated a great deep dive and provided us with more key points that we can now present back to the MCOC, which is due 16 November, so we're quite excited and working hard now to get our key messages across. Yes.
And then this exercise was useful, so that is a benefit.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about proactively identifying the risk and trying to mitigate it. That's what it's all about. So I think it perfectly fits in our quality culture that we're trying to emphasize and embed in the organization. So I'm very supportive of the approach.
Oh, wow, that's great to hear. And I think you're working with Alain on business continuity planning. So
yes, so as the Basel site head for the PDS colleagues, that is one of the responsibilities, and I actually participated to the test of the plan last year.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So
it was exciting.
How does it look like?
Yeah, it's scary to think, as a site head, what kind of responsibilities you have, right? I mean, you have the whole supporting team and, very specialized and trained people, of course, if there's something really bad that happens. But it was kind of daunting to realize, when going through the test, you really think, okay, so how would, and you get a real life example and you just talk through the whole exercise and the plan and see, does this make sense? Mm-hmm. And it also helps to kind of raise questions. So who is responsible for this or that and so forth. But it made it kind of real testing it, at least if you really focus. And so now it's of course maintaining the plan as well, making sure the contacts remain up to date, and reminding that plan needs to be with me and attached to my hip all the time.
Okay, big responsibility.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully it will never happen.
Exactly, that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Sandra, for your time. I know much more now about the work what Alain is doing and about the importance of risk management and business continuity planning. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Salut.
Salut.
Thank you for inviting me. And instead of me answering to the questions about the affiliate resource model, I'd rather hear your perspective. What does it mean, this tool, and what does it bring to the affiliate?
Yeah, so for me, the affiliate resource model, it's a model where you can somehow calculate how many resources, PV resources you need in the affiliates. And this is based on the amount of cases that are being processed in each affiliate. So on a yearly basis, Beata and RMG is analyzing how many resources are required per affiliate, and then they calculate for every affiliate how many PV FTE will be available.
Good.
But this is the only thing that I know from it. But I know that you actually were an LSR before. So
Sure.
how was it for you?
It was a dramatic change in the way how we were doing safety, and I'm speaking from small affiliate where when I joined in 2010 I was really surprised because we were not having any algorithm. We were speculating on the resource, and when you are in an organization where people don't know what you're doing, it's very hard to make them understand how they are going to invest in terms of resource into the affiliate to ensure the compliance. And when the affiliate resource model came in place 2011-12, it was really a dramatic change in the way how we were getting the resource, and it was helping us a lot in showing in a consistent way what we needed, but also how we can plan it for the future. And this way was really changing our way how to work into the affiliate. And again, I'm speaking from the organization, a small organization who was discovering safety in 2010, but I assume that was very helpful for the big organization as well, where they have so big resource and they need to justify. I think at the end it's about the investment you are doing in the safety unit and you need to justify it. And I assume that was very helpful for them as well.
Thank you.
So, Stephanie, let me know how do you collaborate with ALA within the Basel Innovation Group?
So I've been working with ALA in different activities. The main one is about design thinking workshop. ALA actually trained me like earlier this year, and we are now applying this methodology in the organization. We have been also working on this innovation summit, where lots of people from different background comes and explain what is innovation in their views, and also about communication on innovation beyond the organization.
Okay, great. So I am very interested in the first point, design thinking. So I don't know anything about this. Can you give me some more details? What it is? How can I be more or better in design thinking?
So design thinking is a methodology developed by Stanford University, and actually it's composed of different phases. The first one is kind of empathy. So how do you understand the context to the current situation, and then you identify the problem that you faced. The third one is basically people brainstorm and find solution, and based on few ideas, you ideate this solution into a prototype, and this prototype can be applicable into their work.
Ah, great! Sounds very nice. So, what kind of tips you would give me in order, to be more innovative and maybe I can learn then something from Allah would do my life easier.
So I think innovation, Basel Innovation Group is a good opportunity to learn about innovation in pharma company. So in this context, we are really present in this area. Allies has a lot of connection beyond the company. So with startups, with other people who actually contribute in innovation. We have also different various platforms where you can connect with the members through Coffee Connect apps or even to the workshop. And this is how you can definitely learn about.
So I think the idea with the workshop I like. Maybe I will ask Ala to give a workshop on design thinking for entire RMG group. Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you.
Hi, Felix.
Hi.
I learned that you are working with Ala in Basel Innovation Group on the app Coffee Connect. So I was wondering how you came up with this idea, how you developed this app.
Yes, so Coffee Connect is an app that was an idea that was developed 2-3 years ago with the Basel Innovation Group and the BLT. And basically it's an app where you can connect with people that you don't know from your department, your building, or the city. And Alain and Ian are really helpful with that because they know a lot of people that are very good at connecting already and getting people from different departments to work together. I think this is really important and very important for project management, especially for this app.
Ah, great. So, as you are in the innovation group, you are as well on the workshop on design thinking. So how is the design thinking helping in your daily life?
So I think it's sometimes a bit difficult to apply the methodology to each and every task. For example, to have innovative ways to do drug safety reports, it's not easy. But it's, I don't know, I take it more as a methodology that should be applied as much as possible for solving problems. So it can help in any situation, I think. And then we can also train some other people. For example, we had a face-to-face meeting with PDQ, and we just went there and told them about design thinking and the empathy and how to discuss with people, interview people, and this was really interesting as well to see their way to interview people, not only from scientific people.
Oh, great to hear. So I see that you are enjoying the collaboration with Alain and other team members from RMG, with Ian, and connecting with the people basically.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.